I only work like 3 to 4 hours a day, which is, crazy that I'm making this full-time income. Now, could I make a lot more money working a lot more hours? Absolutely. But when I think about it, of saying, you know what, I'm living my dream life. If you were to ask me 5 years ago, like, yeah, would I like to be making six figures and more? 200K, like a lot of my friends do. Yeah. But at the same time, they're working 2 to 3 times as much as I am.
More and more people want the flexibility to earn money outside of a traditional office setting. If you're interested in part-time money, side hustles, or full-time work, the number of opportunities to work from anywhere is growing. On our Work From Anywhere segment today, we're going to interview our friend Kelly Ann Smith once again. Kelly is a personal finance and lifestyle content creator. Her YouTube channel, Freedom in a Budget, has over 50,000 subscribers and millions of views. Through her YouTube channel and many other routes, Kelly has developed an online business from home that provides her income and flexibility as a young parent. Today, we're going to discuss how she developed her profitable online business and the steps others can take to grow theirs as well. Welcome back to the show, Kelly.
Welcome. Thank you. I'm so excited.
So, Kelly, talk to us about your motivation for getting started with your online business from the beginning.
Yeah, I started 7 years ago, back in 2016, and it was just documenting my journey of paying off debt, learning about money, and just sharing too much information on the internet about my finances and my budget. But it was really a really cool accountability partner and just experience of sharing, hey, I'm learning this or I'm struggling with this, and sharing. And then over the years, it's developed into a full-blown business and, supports my family and I, which is so cool.
That's incredible. So at what point during your sharing journey online did you realize, oh, actually this could make me a little bit of money? When did that epiphany moment happen for you?
So I knew that like you could make money on YouTube because I saw other people talking about it, but I never thought that I could make this type of money. Never, ever. And I think in the past, maybe 3 to 5 years is when I started being like, all right, let's go all in. Let's get serious about this. And let's start working towards making this to be my full-time income.
Yeah. And then at what point did you say, okay, YouTubing could be a route for that? Or were you already realizing in the beginning, I need to diversify? How did that work?
I realized pretty early on of the potential of other income streams in addition to YouTube. So I realized, okay, we have a YouTube channel. Let's add a blog. Let's add digital products. Let's add affiliates. Let's add sponsors. And so early on, I was like, oh, we can add this and we can add this. And it was also a combination of kind of thinking outside the box in that terms, but then also what my audience was asking me for. My audience was saying, hey, I need help, with budgeting. Can you help me with this? And I was like, I already have a budget. Let's, make a Excel spreadsheet and sell it type of thing for super, super cheap. My audience loved it. And so a lot of it was just requested by the audience.
That's incredible. Yeah. Listening to your audience and seeing what they want and then moving forward from there. That's awesome. So are you doing this full time now at this point in your journey?
Yeah, I went full time in June of 2022 after I had my daughter. I tried to work both after maternity leave and I lasted like 6 weeks and I was like, all right, something's got to give here. And so I went full time and it's a full-time income, but not full-time hours, which is so cool.
That's incredible. I love that. Yeah, and congratulations to you. I know that was a long time coming, and you put a lot of hard work into it to get to that point.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to you on making that happen. Now, would you say, I guess, having looked back to where you started originally, how has YouTube and the development of your online businesses sort of changed your life?
Oh my goodness, it's changed everything. Like not only from a financial part, like from the finance part, like I make more than I did at, my day job working corporate America, but also just my confidence and my purpose and the fact that I'm helping people. Like that has changed so much of who I am. Like if I think back to like who I was in my early to mid 20s, I'm a completely different person now. And I think a lot of that is not only just growing as a person and sharing online, but as a YouTuber, I'm learning so much and educating myself so much. And so I'm able to, learn and read so many books and attend conferences and do all this stuff and then share what I'm learning online. And if I wasn't doing this, I don't think I would be as much. I wouldn't be really learning about habits and learning about money and learning about all these different aspects. It's really forced me to be a learner, which truthfully, I wasn't a big learner in high school and college. So it's really changed that a lot, and just my confidence as well, like I said, and my relationships with people, and just the serving heart that I have has really come out a lot of being able to pour back into my audience.
I love that. Yeah, not only is it good financially, but it helps you emotionally as well in your journey
Yeah.
to becoming the person that you want to be, and
Yeah.
being a coach. Serving. So I think that's fantastic. So we've talked about the finances a little bit. Talk to us about how much money you make on YouTube now that this is your full time thing.
Yeah. So I have about 10 different income streams. And in 2023, I ranged anywhere from making $200 on an income stream, like from Instagram Reels program that they had for like 4 months of the year. And
Yeah,
then they cut it. And then another income stream, which is affiliate marketing, I've made $47,000 in that one. So it's a total range, but in total for the year, I made 79,000
that's incredible.
for the year. Yeah.
That's
Which was fun.
incredible. So this is now well over $5,000 a month you're making from home.
So it depends. It really depends. There were some months in the
Uh-huh.
year that I made $3,000, and then
Yep.
other months I made ten and $13,000.
Wow.
So it's definitely like an ebb and a flow, which is interesting. And it's cool that if I know that if I have a low month, I'm not stuck at that low month. But there's also times where as an entrepreneur, if I'm taking time off or not working as much. Like, for instance, after our conference, I was sick for 4 weeks. So
Yeah.
I noticed the income dip a little bit after that. But then this month, I'm able to like rev it back up. And I've already made more this month in the first week of the month than I did the entire month of December. So there's definitely like, all right, like let's figure out what we can do to get the income up, or we can take some time off and enjoy.
That's incredible. Yeah, yeah, that is the difference between having that full-time job and being an entrepreneur, the ebbs and flows of the money coming in and just general time off. I guess depending on where you're working, maybe you don't get too much time off in the beginning, but if you take time off now as an entrepreneur, you got to pay for it essentially,
Right.
to make it
But
happen.
but there's no ceiling. Like
Yeah,
at my
that's
day
true.
job, my last day job, like when I remember when I was about to quit, and I really thought about it,
Yeah.
because I had put a lot into my career and I loved my job. I was helping people. I was working in the medical field and I loved it, but there was a cap at about 60K.
Yeah.
And I remember thinking at that point, and when I quit as well, I was not making crazy good money. Like I
Mhm.
was making like $3,000-4,000 a month. And I was like, I'm not even like at the peak, when you're like, go all in. And I was thinking, you know what? I put all these years into building this, and there's no ceiling. There's a ceiling at my day job. If I didn't go into upper management, I was peaked at 60K. And I
Mhm.
think I was at like 58K at the time. So it was like I can make $2,000 more a year, and that's it at my current job. And with YouTube, there's no limit. And so that's one thing that I just love about entrepreneurship is you can make as much as you want or as little as you want. It all depends on what you want to do and how you want to scale up.
I love that. I guess in my brain, I'm thinking, well, what was in her mind that said, I don't want upper management? Like, I don't want to try just as hard to try to get upper management. What was that going on in your brain? Were you saying, I'd rather go for the ceiling, no ceiling with entrepreneurship or go for upper management? What was going on with you there?
So for a while I wanted management, and then there were some things that happened, in the job where there was like, for instance, it was during the pandemic, and so I had to basically have a management position without the management pay, and I was like,
Oh.
what the heck is this? And then I saw the ways that they just
Mm.
micromanage 24/7 job, and would be calling my boss at all hours of the day and all hours of the night and on weekends. And I was very proud of the fact that I did not have email on my cell phone. I did not, when I clocked out, I was done,
Yeah.
and I was able to put that wall up, and you can't do that in management.
Mm.
And so that's part of what I didn't like.
That is so true.
So,
I love that.
yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's maybe something that's not talked about enough is the continual pursuit of the corporate climb. You give up for the
Hmm.
exchange of more money. You're going to give up a lot of your life, give up a lot of your
Hmm.
time. I'm sure that's not everywhere, but in your
Right.
experience in the situation that you're in, you saw that reality and
Hmm.
becoming a new parent probably was also in your brain too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, well, I think thank you for getting vulnerable with us and sharing that a little bit. You mentioned the multiple income streams. Could you talk to us about that a little bit so people can understand better how the money comes in? I know you mentioned a few of them, but maybe you could share a
Hmm.
little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. So with YouTube, you make money off the ads. So you have the views, and with every view, typically you'll get ads that play automatically. So you get paid off the ads. That's one revenue stream. But then you can also add on affiliate marketing. So affiliate marketing, if I'm, sharing about a Stanley dupe tumbler that I love that has some voodoo magic that really does make me drink more water, I can share that with my audience, share a link, and I'll get $1 or whatever. And affiliates can range from, an Amazon a link that's going to get you a couple cents to a couple dollars, or some that are apps, cashback apps or banks or, different services where I'm talking about a product just like I talk about a restaurant to my friends and family. And the company is like, hey, this is great marketing. Thank you for sending people our way. Here's a little kickback. And oftentimes I can get them a discount code or something like that. So it's a huge benefit for both me and my viewers. So that's one way. Another way is digital products. So, creating templates and printables, different things like this. I create it once and then I list them and then I get paid over and over and over again. So it's amazing passive income, which is so cool. Another way is courses. So I create courses and I create them and I market them and sell them. And what's cool about those is it's all the information that you talk about, like compiled into one thing. I love that, like with YouTube, a lot of the content's out there, but you got to watch 50 million videos to get one new nugget of information.
Right.
With a course, it's like, here it is all compact into one beautiful package. So that's another one. And then also do some coaching, some budget coaching, some new business coaching as well, where I'm there just to let them pick my brain or be their cheerleader or keep them going. Sponsorships are another one, which is very similar to affiliate marketing. Blog ad revenue. So there's tons of
Yeah, there's
different
tons of
revenue
them.
streams.
So talk to
Yeah.
me about the affiliate and the sponsorship side of things, because I know that can be a tough one where it's like, okay, I want to make
Mhm.
money, but then I want to also, adhere to my values and, not just pump things that I don't really care about. Talk to us about your feelings with that.
Yeah, I am very, very particular about the brands that I work with. And I get emails, oh gosh, tons a day that I have to turn down and say, nope, sorry, like either I don't agree with the type of, product or service you have, or this just doesn't align with my brand. And, I think in the beginning, when you start getting those emails, it gets so exciting and you just want to take everything. But it's really important to take a step back and be like, all right, does this even align with my content? Now, sometimes you can kind of finesse a way that you can make it align with your content, or that like your services or your audience really would enjoy it type of thing. Then you can, find a way to intertwine that. But I really see it as saying like, hey, this is a product or service that I personally love. I know that you'll love it too. And here, I would be mad if, I had a great, like a high yield savings account that was paying me really good interest and my neighbor, who were talking about like didn't share with me. Like I'd be like, what the heck? Why are you gatekeeping? And so that's the way that I see it. So I just make sure that I fully vet the company and then share.
I love that. Yeah, I think that's a great way to go. That helps to not only promote things that you're interested in, but again, make a living from home. So you
Mhm.
obviously been very successful with your business, and it's taken some time. How much can the typical person make if they're considering starting their own online business?
It all depends on, so many different factors. It depends on
Mhm.
your niche with ads. It depends on the amount of work that you want to put in. But one thing I want to say is a lot of people think that, especially on YouTube, like you can't start making money until you reach monetization. So
Mm.
until you get your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. But there's other ways to make money before that, like with affiliate marketing, like with sponsorships. And you can make money with sponsorship even before you have, a big following of just reaching out to the brand and sharing with them like, hey, this is my idea, and basically giving them everything they need to walk into their boss's office and say, hey, this is what they want to do. This sounds amazing, let's do it. And that's a great way to make money early on. But then there's also other things that you can do even outside of YouTube where you can start making money right away, like a virtual assistant of helping people. Like I work with a local realtor and I make content for her as a local realtor and help her behind the scenes of a business. Like that's an amazing way that you can start making money right away. As soon as you sign that first client, you're getting paid. And a lot of people think of virtual assistant as like working, with a brand or doing social media or hard things, but there's also the side of helping a mom out, helping a mom research a birthday party, helping a mom follow up with RSVPs or researching vendors. And like, there's so much stuff that busy parents, busy people go through, or CEOs that don't have time to do that. You could do that as a virtual assistant right from home and start earning pretty good money on your schedule, which is another thing that I love is everything's on our schedule. You can do it on your lunch break. You can do it at night after the kids go to bed, on the weekends, whenever you want.
I love that. Talk to us about what this has meant for you as a young mother with this transition. I know you've got some young ones at home, so talk to us about that.
Yeah, I have a toddler that is
Mhm.
almost 2 years old now, and it's been crazy. And I'm only able to work now basically during nap times because if I try and work outside of nap, she's on top of my lap trying to write my blog post for me or edit my video for me. So I'm able to now only work basically during nap times and very rarely when she goes to bed at night. But typically when she goes to bed, I walk right behind her and I go to bed myself because I'm tired. So now I only work like 3 to 4 hours a day, which is, crazy that I'm making this full-time income. Now, could I make a lot more money working a lot more hours? Absolutely. But when I think about it, of saying, you know what, I'm living my dream life. If you were to ask me 5 years ago, like, yeah, would I like to be making six figures and more? 200K, like a lot of my friends do. Yeah. But at the same time, they're working 2 to 3 times as much as I am. And the fact that I'm able to do this and only work 3 to 4 hours a day, yeah, I'll take that and still be home with my daughter, still be able to be there for all the things and the first words that she's saying now, which is so funny and so mind blowing. It's amazing.
I love that. Yeah, and a little inside baseball, everybody. We definitely planned this interview around nap time to make
Yes.
she's working right now, everybody. So this is the reality of what it is. So congratulations. I love that. Yeah, I think having some flexibility as a parent helps you with so many things. You're helping out financially. You're also feeling like you're contributing and you feel like you're giving back and serving. I know for a period of time, my wife did the stay-at-home mom thing and she loved it. She loved that time, but she also felt like I'm not really using my adult brain all that much and I'm kind of excited to get
Hmm.
back to work. And so this sort of middle ground that you've discovered here or created, I think is a great way to, you know, be an adult, contribute, but also realize that, you're needed right now. You've got a very important role as a mom
Hmm.
too. So I love what you're doing. Now you have some resources that help people to kind of figure out this plan, this side hustle, or whatever they want to determine it as. Can you talk a little bit about the free resource you have, or the resource that you have?
Yeah, I have a full guide that walks you through figuring out what side hustle is best for you. That's the number one question I get is like, okay, Kelly, I want to do something, but I don't know what I'd be good at. I don't want to be on YouTube. I don't know. And so I have a full guide that walks you through, asks you questions, helps you brainstorm the skills that you have and how you can translate that into an online side hustle. And so that may be a YouTube channel, that could be a virtual assistant, that could be a freelancer, or selling digital downloads, or creating courses, or coaching, whatever it may be. So it's going to walk you through that whole process of figuring out what is best for you.
I love that. Yeah, it's great to hear stories like Kelly's, everybody, to kind of inspire you to say, hey, what's possible. But then it's also really good to kind of, okay, what am I actually interested in? Where are my
Hmm.
skill sets fit? What could I do best with this? So her guide here that's got a list of all of them could really help you. So if you go to marriagekidsmoney.com/ultimate side hustle guide, that's marriagekidsmoney.com/ultimate side hustle guide. I'll put that in the description as well for you to click. Kelly, thank you so much for your time today and thank you for inspiring us all.
Thanks for having me. This was a blast.